opening for me. Let me share something with you today. When Allah delays something, it is never without wisdom. A delay is not a denial. Sometimes it is a protection, sometimes a preparation, and sometimes a redirection. But if you truly want to change, if you are ready to put in effort for the sake of Allah, then I want you to commit to the next 7 days. These 7 steps are practical, spiritual, and proven through the teachings of the Qur'an and the Sunnah. If you follow them sincerely, you will feel a shift in your life, your mindset, and your rizq. Let's begin. My brothers and sisters, if there is one habit that can immediately shift the direction of your life, it is the habit of guarding your Fajr prayer. People often talk about productivity hacks, morning routines, and motivational techniques, but the truth is simple. No morning routine will ever bring you the kind of barakah and inner strength that the Fajr prayer brings. Fajr is not only a prayer, it is a divine appointment. When you miss it, you don't just lose a prayer, you lose the blessing scheduled for the start of your day. Let's break this down in a way you can genuinely absorb and apply. First, understand the spiritual impact. When you wake up for Fajr, you are proving to yourself and to Allah that He comes before your comfort, before your sleep, before your laziness, and before the chaos of the day. The moment you wake up and stand on the prayer mat while most of the world is still asleep, you enter into a state of discipline that affects everything that follows. You are telling your nafs, I am in control of you, not the other way around. And once you master this, you begin to see strength in places you never had strength before. When you miss Fajr, the opposite happens. Even if you don't notice it immediately, your day carries a heaviness, a rush, a sense of imbalance. Your morning becomes reactive instead of purposeful. You wake up late, you rush, you start your day already behind, and somewhere inside you feel like you've already lost a small battle. That energy follows you. When you miss the first obligation of the day, the rest of the obligations become easier to neglect. That's the spiritual consequence. Now, let's talk about the practical side, something people don't realize. Waking up for Fajr reshapes your entire flow of the day. It forces you into a healthier sleep cycle, because if you care about Fajr, you naturally start sleeping earlier. When you wake up early, you gain quiet hours with no noise, no pressure, no messages, no distractions. These early hours become your most productive hours. Researchers, CEOs, entrepreneurs, and thinkers all agree on one thing. The early morning is the clearest mental state of the day. But as Muslims, we don't just wake up early, we wake up with purpose, with remembrance, with clarity. So, what should you do when you wake up for Fajr? Don't pray Fajr and jump straight back into bed. Sit for a few minutes afterward. Even 2 minutes of remembrance after Fajr brings a peace into your heart that will stay with you throughout the day. Recite a small portion of Qur'an, even if it's half a page. Reflect on one verse. These small actions anchor your heart. They ground your mind. They calm your worries. And they remind you that whatever challenges you face today, you are not facing them alone. You might think, it's hard to wake up, I keep failing. But let me be brutally honest. Waking up for Fajr is not about difficulty, it's about priorities. When something is important to you, you find a way. When it's not, you find an excuse. And if you want your circumstances to change, you need to stop treating Fajr like an optional part of your life. Make the intention tonight. Tell yourself clearly, tomorrow I am waking up for Fajr, not because I'm trying to be perfect, but because I'm trying to be sincere. And sincerity is what Allah rewards. Let's make this even more practical. If you struggle waking up, sleep earlier, not 5 hours after midnight earlier. Avoid scrolling on your phone before bed. It destroys your sleep. Put your alarm far from your bed, so you must stand up to turn it off. Ask Allah sincerely before sleeping, Oh Allah, wake me up for Fajr. Never underestimate this dua. If you ask with sincerity, Allah will soften your heart and help you rise. And if you wake up tired, remind yourself, the tiredness of obedience lasts a moment, but the tiredness of regret lasts the entire day. The few seconds of discomfort when you leave your warm bed are nothing compared to the hours of peace you feel afterward. Now let's talk about barakah. Barakah means divine multiplication, results that don't make sense mathematically, opportunities that appear out of nowhere, ease that you cannot explain. People chase money, jobs and success, but they ignore the source of all success, Allah. When you pray Fajr, you place yourself under Allah's protection and blessing for the entire day. You will notice that things become easier, smoother, faster. Work that usually takes 5 hours may take 2. Problems that would frustrate you become manageable. Conversations go better. Decisions become clearer. The entire flow of your day improves. Why? Because you aligned yourself with the natural spiritual rhythm Allah designed. There is a reason the Prophet, peace be upon him, made dua specifically for barakah in the early morning hours. The early morning is not an accident. It is not random. It is a time designed by Allah to be filled with productivity, clarity and blessing. When you lock into that time, you lock into a flow that elevates your entire life. So today, commit. Tell yourself, for the next 7 days, I will protect my Fajr like a treasure. Forget perfection, focus on consistency. If you genuinely fix your Fajr, you will fix your flow, your discipline, your mindset, your mood, and yes, even your rizq. Because Allah places His blessings in the lives of those who honor Him at the start of each day. If you truly want Allah to open the doors of rizq for you, you need to understand one thing very clearly. Allah sends sustenance, but He does not bless what is impure. Rizq is not just about money entering your hands, it is about what happens to that money once it enters. Some people earn a lot, yet nothing stays. It disappears in bills, repairs, stress, sickness, and unexpected problems. Others earn modestly, yet their money stretches, lasts, and brings comfort. That difference is called barakah. And barakah only settles in what is pure. Many people beg Allah for more rizq while holding on to income that is contaminated. They want more, but they have not purified what they already have. And Allah, in His wisdom, does not increase a person in something that would harm them spiritually. Today, I want to explain this in a very simple, practical, and easy to understand way. First, understand this principle. Halal income brings peace. Doubtful income brings heaviness. Haram income brings disaster. It may not show immediately, but it always shows. Allah has made your sustenance halal for you, pure, clean.